Well, we have our multiplayer mode is basically all objective based. It's timed, round based, and they range anywhere from destroying anti-aircraft guns to delivering maps to another side of a city. And it's all based on teamwork. Looks just like single player. Our multiplayer modes work where you can play 1 versus 1 or 2 versus 2. And everybody has squads of AI soldiers, which you can use just like you can in single player to help set up, to provide cover, to help flank positions. And you can also tell them to assault the enemy team or to assault an objective. We have one called Bunkers, which actually takes place on the beach with an encampment of bunkers that are surrounded by trenches. And it's an American objective-based map. And what you have to do is the Americans first have to locate and acquire some explosives. And then as a team, they can choose to split up and take out separate bunkers, or they can work together to go through the trenches. It's a really tough map to get through because it is in trenches, so you are forced down paths that you have to take. But what's really cool about this map is there's a ton of ambience going on. It's like there's a beach attack happening. You have planes flying over, you have ships out in the distance that are being hit and smoking, and they're shooting artillery back. There's explosions going around in the trenches and on the beach, so you can see the water splashing all around. And it's just crazy ambience and a lot of fun to play. Skirmish is co-op play with you and a friend, both AI squads, and you fight through essentially what is little skirmish battles. It feels just like single player, works just like single player. And you are fighting together to complete objective-based missions. What we have done is we have created 10 missions, and what's really cool is that 5 are American-based missions and 5 are German-based missions. So you actually can play as Germans through some of these missions. One of the American-based missions is you and your ally must fight up this war-torn hillside to get to these bunkers that are essentially operation posts, lookout posts on the top of the hill. You have to fight your way up there through trenches, clear out the bunkers, get to the other side, and blow up 3 88mm cannons, which are essentially firing on the beach. Very, very intense gameplay. Aside from objective mode, what we've done is we've added other modes which the player can choose to play. One is called defense mode. An example of this is one of the missions we have called Taking the Hill. You as the Americans need to fight through this small town and up the road to take out a bunker. In defense mode, you're actually guarding that bunker. You're up there with your guys set up in the area, defending against the Germans who are oncoming trying to take it back from the previous mission. Another skirmish mode is called Tour of Duty. Tour of Duty mode is like the ultimate challenge for players. What it is the players play through a tour of the missions. For Americans, it would be the first 5 maps. Once you complete those, you start over, only this time everything is ramped up. It's a lot harder. You get to the point where you don't get reinforcements, you don't get more health. It's about the challenge of how many tours can you get through. And a German example is one of the levels we have is called Nightlights. And this takes place on the night of D-Day. The D-Day drops. You actually see the planes going overhead and the Americans parachuting in. So you as the Germans must protect the 88 cannons from the parachuting Americans. You have to move back and forth through a farm to provide cover on all the guns. And this is really, really intense. It's a tough level. One of the cool features is you can play all these skirmish levels by yourself in solo mode or with a friend in co-op mode.